Operator overloading. It's a compile time polymorphism. An operator is overloaded to provide a special meaning to the user defined data type. So few operators cannot be overloaded. Look at the operators that cannot be overloaded. Size of operator, scope resolution, member selector, and member pointer, and ternary, and etc. So what is the basic syntax of operator overloading? The return data type, class name, scope resolution operator, and operator. The term operator is very important here. With OP, that is your operator to be overloaded, and arguments list, and the body of the function. What are the basic rules to be followed while operator overloading? Existing operators can only be overloaded. The new operators cannot be overloaded. The overloaded operator contains at least one operand. We cannot use friend function to overload certain operators. When unary operators are overloaded, which takes no explicit arguments, but if they are overloaded by a friend function takes one argument, we'll see everything with example programs. When binary operators are overloaded through a member function takes one explicit argument. So if you write the same program without overloading, we need to take two explicit arguments. Look at the program clearly. What is the class name? Test. Look at line number 6 is NUM. Line number 8. Look at the definition test. Look at the definition, no confusion regarding these type of definitions. Test is a constructor. NUM within brackets 8 means 8 is assigned to NUM. This is one way of defining a constructor. And look at line number 11. Void operator plus plus. So plus plus operator. We are going to overload the operator plus plus, increment operator. So what is happening inside the definition part? Look at line number 13. NUM is equal to NUM plus 2, and we have one function print, line number 15. So just observe the definition here. It's just like a normal function definition only, but only thing is you need to use the keyword operator and the operator which you are going to overload, you have to specify. And here it is plus plus. Look at the main program. We have an object TT. TT.print is a regular call. Plus plus TT. This is very important. You are applying the concerned operator on the object. We are overloading operator plus plus. So plus plus TT, the control will be transferred to the definition part of plus plus, that is line number 11. So whatever the operator you overload, you apply it to the object. That is to be noted down. So plus plus TT, the control will be transferred to the function operator plus plus. No confusion regarding these type of things. Overloading a binary operator. What is the class name? A. Look at line number 8 is a constructor, and line number 11 we have another constructor with one argument. And look at line number 15 and 16. No confusion guys, these two are declarations. Void operator plus within brackets capital A. Within brackets capital A, that is your class name, means it is taking one object as an argument. In that earlier session, I just explained, if you are overloading a binary operator, you need to explicitly pass one object as an argument. And look at line number 16, void display, it is also declaration. So we have a class with two constructors and two functions. So those two functions are defined outside the class. Of course you can define it inside the class also. Look at line number 19, void a scope resolution operator plus within brackets capital A, small a. Capital A is your class name, small a is your object. Now what is happening inside? M is equal to x plus a dot x. And look at line number 28. A1 is an object of 5, automatically constructor number 2 will be called and 5 is passed to I and from I to x. Now the x value of object A1 is 5. Line number 29. A2 is an object with 4, so the x value of object A2 is 4. Look at line number 30. A1 plus A2, you are adding two objects, A1 plus A2. Automatically the control will be transferred to line number 19 where the operator plus is defined. So A1 plus A2, that is A1 dot x plus A2 dot x. Line number 22, the meaning is something is equal to A1 dot x plus A2 dot x. So what is the most important and most confusing factor in C++ is this only. We need to pass only one object as an argument. No need of passing two objects as an argument. Only one object as an argument is required. Look at line number 19. Only small a, one object is passed. X plus a dot x is nothing but a1 dot x plus a2 dot x. Okay, look at a simple program, complex numbers. What is the class name? Complex. Look at line number 10. We have method set value. Line number 15, void display. And line number 21, void sum. Complex C1 comma complex C2. Here we are not overloading anything. That is the reason why two objects to be passed. We are adding the data from two objects. Look at that, C1 dot real is equal to C2 dot real and C1 dot IAMG is equal to C2 dot IAMG. If the same program you write it using operator overloading, then what exactly you have to write? Void operator plus within brackets complex C is enough. No need of passing two objects as arguments once you are overloading any binary operator. And this program you try to write it using operator overloading. Look at the things in line number 29. We have three objects, complex C1, C2, C3. And C1 dot set value, line number 32 and line number 35 is C2 dot set value. Look at line number 37, C3 dot SEM within bracket C1 comma C2. So we are adding the data of C1 and C2 and we are storing in C3. C3 dot SEM within brackets C1 comma C2. Just try to observe the things clearly. Look at the program clearly. What is the class name? Complex. We have one constructor without parameters, that is your default constructor, and we have another constructor with two arguments, int r comma int I, that is your parameterized constructor. We have methods void set, void get, void display, and we have two friend functions, complex add and complex sub. All the functions are declared here and they are defined outside the class. You just observe the term friend. Complex add means you are going to return the object. Look at the definitions clearly without any confusion. SET and GET and display. Look at complex add, complex C1 comma complex C2. res dot real is equal to C1 dot real plus C2 dot real, and res dot im is equal to C1 dot img plus C2 dot img. We are just adding, and in this program even SUB is also there. Now look at the main program. Result is equal to add within brackets n1 comma n2. n1 and n2 are the objects. n1 comma n2. You try to observe the difference between this program and previous program. In these two programs we didn't overloaded any operator. I am just giving the clarity, and try to observe the difference between each and every program. And here we use the term friend. In the previous program we didn't use the term friend. Now look at this program where we overloaded the operator, binary operator minus class name complex. So look at the operator overloading definition where we use complex C2. No confusion regarding C1, C2, C3 or anything like that. Just observe how many arguments we are passing. If you are overloading a binary operator, you need to pass only one object as an argument. Moreover, the second object as an argument, not the first one. So temp dot real is equal to real minus C2 dot real, and temp dot IAMG is equal to IAMG minus C2 dot IAMG. No confusion regarding these type of things. Right, look at the main program. We created objects to C1, C2 result, C1 dot input, C2 dot input, and result is equal to C1 minus C2. The way how you are applying the operator is very important here. Result is equal to C1 minus C2. So you just try to observe the difference between each and every program, and there won't be any confusion in operator overloading.